Right, this is the Advent Vega Note 7 featuring the Tegra 4 CPU and the natty stylus. Do a quick show of the stylus. You have to bear with me, the sun's out here at the moment. Do some drawing. It does feature variable amounts of pressure depending on how you hold the device. If you turn it around the other end, you can get fat straight away, and look, as you alter position, it varies in the thickness of the actual writing or whatever you're drawing on it at the time. Not the need just to write. And when you pop it away, there you go. Right, a quick look. Get the logo out so I can show you some games. And then we'll do a benchmark test comparing it against a Kobo Arc 32. Bear with me a second. Right, there we go. See if it'll connect. Because it can be a pain sometimes. There we go, we're connected, so we can go straight into 700Hz. The settings are actually up full. So is the sound. Luckily with this you can actually resume the game, but you don't actually have to save it, it'll continue from your last point. And there we are. Out. Like I said, the settings for the graphics are set up to maximum for everything possible, the resolution, etc. As you can see, it's running very smoothly indeed. And this is the Mogo Pro controller that currently retails in the UK at £69.99 from Game. Bit of dust on it, but okay. Just quit out of that and we'll do a benchmark using Quadrant Standard Edition that's free on the Google Play Store. Let's get the Kobo to compare it against. This has got the 1.8 quad-core Tegra 4, and the Kobo Arc is running a OMAP, if I get it correct, 4470 at 1.5 GHz dual core. So if we go to Quadrant and benchmark, you'll see the difference. Oops, it's crashed because it was running in the background. Here we go. There's quite a lot of sunlight coming through my window at the moment, so it doesn't show the screen as good. As you can see, the Tegra 4 is already on to the actual graphical test, where the Kobo Arc is still... there you go. Now what gets me, in the bottom left corner it says it's doing 60 frames per second on both tablets, but the final score obviously is totally different, which I'll show you that in a minute. See if we can get a better picture with all the light coming through the window. Right, we'll wait till the other one finishes so we can display the results together, so you can see the difference between a £79.99 tablet, which is the Kobo Arc, and a £129.99 tablet. Oops, I'm not turning on the internet on the Kobo. Well, on the Tegra, you've got, once it focuses, 15,154. Well, it is anyway. just have to rerun the other one on the Kobo Arc. Hopefully it won't be too long. Currently filming it on the Nokia 1020 at 1080 resolution at 24 frames per second. As you can see, it's not the best camera. I actually don't like the 1020, it struggles in quite a lot of circumstances. Especially close-up pictures, it's not capable of doing anything more than about 20 centimeters away from an item with the sensor being as big as what it is. But that's another review. Obviously I'm doing the Tegra 4 now on the Kobo Arc 32 gigabyte version. As you can see in the bottom corner again, it's getting nearly 60 frames per second. Shouldn't be too much longer now. Here we go. It has scored 3000. If it'll focus your device. No, it's not letting me do it. But anyway, it scored 3000. It's there. You can see the difference. Same resolution display. They're both IPS panels. I actually find there's not much difference between them, to be honest. The glossiness is actually from the screen protector that came on when it was new. Right, so let me find the demonstrate the speakers using a tuning radio, if I can find the app. It's on here somewhere. Here we go. This will demonstrate how loud the speakers are. Put it to, so you get the stereo effect. Don't have any favourites. Right, I've just got one browse. Go for the dance. I won't be able to do it for long, otherwise they get mardy on YouTube. Yo, that's how loud the speakers are. Can't do it too long, otherwise YouTube get upset because I'm advertising somebody else's music. Quick look at Bad Piggies. Quite like this thing. As you can hear, it is a loud device. Again, plays very smoothly. Field of Dreams add-on. Just need to sort out the brightness because it is way too high, to be honest. No, I can't actually see the screen that well. Again, I'm getting a lot of light coming through. Let's try it again. Bad Piggies. Alright, that's a quick demo of that. Right, if you do actually buy one of these tablets, there is an annoying feature that everybody have put in, and to turn it off, it's under power savings, and it's the Tegra Prism dynamic backlight. And what happens if it's enabled, The Prism reduces backlight power while enhancing pixel colours to deliver the same visual quality with extended battery life. Now, what I've found and other people have found is that the actual picture backlight flickers, and it's rather annoying because you'll be looking at certain apps, and like I've got Auto Trader here, and it will basically just keep getting brighter and darker, and it is really annoying. But it's got access to obviously the Play Store. There is quite a few apps on here, as you can see. I've got 57 installed. Let's clear that off. I know. Happy Geek. Standard launcher. Sky Go works, Sky Now TV works on it. Zombie Driver is quite a nice game. Got the speed test. I'm only on a 40 meg service, so it's not going to be very fast, but I think it does about 20 over Wi-Fi. But the best bit is it will actually make use of my upload speed, which is around 8 to 9 megabytes, as you'll see in a minute. Yeah, so the upload's quite good on it, which that's what my upload runs on a wide connection, so strange it can do the full upload but not the full download speed over Wi-Fi. And that's a quick look at the capabilities of the built-in Wi-Fi. Pretty quick to rotate. Again, if you pull the pen out, up pops the options which you can actually disable, and you can actually start to write. It does have a feature on the software as well, so it doesn't recognise your hand, even though it's on a normal captive screen with no special feature like a Wacom display. It's just a standard, what I'd call a dead pen. There's no battery in it. There. You also got a screen capturing feature where you can actually lasso the screen. Oops. Actually stay within the screen, it'll lasso it. You can save it off, and then you go into the gallery under screenshots, and as you can see, it's lassoed it how I actually applied it. Right, the other thing is the camera on it. It's 5 megapixel. They've done the update for always on HDR, but to be honest, if you look how long it takes to actually take a picture, it's to get a focus lock and actually take a picture, it's quite bad, I think, to be honest. Let's have a look at the, try and get it all in at once so you can see it on the video. Again, it takes forever to focus. There's no light on it either. Now it does have the front camera, and it does do video. Wanna enable it properly. Go into the settings, resolution and quality, video. It's an 1080 video, which you can see it's the picture's updating quick enough, so it's captures it rather nicely, so that's not too bad. Some cheaper tablets struggle. And that's been a very brief look at the Advent Vega Note, available from PC World for £129.99, and was on offer at £99.99, but they've put it back up. And that's the Kobo, which, to be honest, I shouldn't have bought it, it's rubbish. It's all okay for reading books, etc. But as you saw from the results from Quadrant, but what gets me as well, the Arc will actually play Nova 3 and it'll run it quite smoothly, which is very strange because on the Play Store you can't even access Grand Theft Auto 1, 2 or 3, you know, San Andreas, Vice City and the original GTA 3, I mean by that. So you put GTA in, do a search for it, you won't actually see any, unless you've actually bought the game using a different device. Then you can go into my apps, which I haven't done it on this because this one's in my wife's name. It'll be in the list, but it's not there. But a good game is Ridiculous Fishing, which was available on the Humble Bundle. And the speakers, the best thing about this is the actual speakers on the front. There's one at either side where my thumbs are, as you can see. And they're nice and loud. Avoid the fish going down. Oops, it won't. Then catch the fish on the way up. And it gets harder and harder, and at the end you've got to actually shoot the fish to kill them. But for somehow you're still able to sell them to get money. Which is very odd because obviously you've blown the fish away. It's not a bad tablet, it's quite nippy at doing certain things, so let me get a new tab. Go to the Daily Mail website so you can see compared to the Tegra 4. See, it's trying to load. There's only 1 gig of RAM like the Tegra 4 has, but the Tegra 4 does seem to load pages a lot quicker. And look, it's still not got the full page and it's still loading at the top. Still not loaded. Excuse me. There you go, the full page is in now, which, look, it's, to say it's got the same amount of memory as the Advent Note, it is struggling quite a bit to get the actual, oops, caught an advert. This is why I don't like cheap tablets. What's really annoying as well, a lot of the apps on the Play Store on this particular tablet will not work because it hasn't got GPS in it, even though you can get your location through the Wi-Fi. A hell of a lot of apps will not work on it. It just will not allow you to install them. And that's a brief look at the Kobo Arc, the 32 gig version. I'll just show you the amount of storage available. Total space 2695, 25 available, so that's not actually too bad. Better than some Samsung Galaxies. There's no Bluetooth, there's no GPS, and there's a power button. The back actually comes off, but there's no port, headphone port. There's no port for the actual SD card slot. There's just, as you can see. So you can basically change the colour on the back and that's your lot, which is a shame really, because people do like having SD card slots. The other thing I forgot to mention on the Tegra 4 is that Nvidia did an update 4.3 which allows you to move a lot of apps to the SD card slot, but games like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is 2.2 gig and it will not move any of it to the actual SD card at all. Micro HDMI and micro power supply, USB, headphone jack, the part on the side that allows you to put on the cover, and that's basically it. Like I Thanks for watching.